What's up, pro wrestling fans out there? You guys see the pick, the icon Sting, who did it the right way, man. A lot of people agree with me in the first video I did on this channel about Sting defying the WWE after he really could not trust Vince. No guy that really ever flew the WCW banner, especially a guy like Sting, who was a franchise player, could really ever trust Vince after WCW not folded, but was bought by the WWE. We saw so many guys get booked into bullshit, former WCW guys, humiliated, buried, and then even some of the guys that eventually, I guess we could say, got over or reached the top of the card have to go through some real foul bullshit. Just ask Booker T, man. You guys remember that racist ass storyline that they did with him and Triple H? Only to have him lose. They should have never did the storyline, period. It was so foul with the flat out just over the top racism. That's what it is. Tell me that's not what it was, and I'll tell you I think you're tripping. I mean, I always want to hear everyone's opinion, so make sure to join the discussion in the comment thread below. That's what all my content I always do on YouTube is about, is hearing from everyone out there, having good conversations and debates and everything like that. But certain things I'm just very adamant about. It doesn't mean we can't agree to disagree or whatever, but you guys remember how they did that with Booker T and Triple H, the things they had Triple H say to Booker T, and like I said, it had no place in wrestling, period. But the fact that on top of it all, that they did it anyways and then had him lose, that's pretty twisted, pretty fucked up if you ask me. And, just all the WCW guys didn't get booked in a very favorable way at all. Vince was going to make them pay for it one way or another and have his fun. And again, we talked about this in my very first video on this channel where Sting retired with AEW. I felt he did it the right way, as eventually way down the road, he did come to WWE, had 3 matches, ended up getting injured. And it is crazy too. Apparently they were going to book him to lose to Reigns after Cena had just came out and beat him. You're going to have the icon Sting, a legend, finally touch down in WWE. They had him lose to Triple H and all that at WrestleMania, right? But then you're going to have him lose in the title match against Rollins after Rollins just lost to Cena. And then he comes right out and is going to beat Sting. I mean, come on, look at it. Look at what it is, But he ended up getting injured and everything. And he did do like a press conference with WWE retiring. But he said, fuck that. Went to AEW, had another great run on the tail end of his career, and had an amazing send-off with the match that they did. And he retired the right way, and it was beautiful. And here he is now at the Cauliflower Alley Club, an event that's been being held for a long time. A lot of pro wrestlers, involved in this. And you see who he's got with him, his good buddy, Lex, the Lex Express, right? You guys remember that run that he had as like Hulk Hogan All-American Hero 2.0 to go all that way and win against Yokozuna, but not win the belt? Confetti came down. It was a big celebration. But after all that, after landing on a helicopter, body slamming Yokozuna, having the Lex Express run, doing everything to win and not get the strap. What do you guys think that was about? Was that locker room politics, that they weren't gonna have it, that the wrestlers weren't gonna respond well if Lex ended up getting the belt put on him? What do you guys think about that? Everyone comment and let me know. That's got to be one of the craziest runs, though, to see all the theatrics and everything storyline wise and not win the title. But we all know after that he went over to WCW and had a great run with Sting. They won the tag team titles, which was a great tag team. I loved that era, and it all played right into the NWO storyline, where the outsiders, still in the early stages of showing up and causing havoc. I don't even think Hulk Hogan, right? That wasn't even when they were officially the NWO yet, or am I bugging? Where Hogan, I don't think that had even happened yet at Bash at the Beach or whatever it was, but they lost the titles in a triangle match to the Harlem Heat, the same team I think that they won it from after the Outsiders came out. And it was so crazy. You guys remember that? Security had their hands on their guns and everything. Man, wrestling was the truth back then. But Sting and Lex had a great run being involved in that. Then, of course, Sting, everyone thought he betrayed WCW and he went off and did the whole gimmick with the Crow character. And how about that, guys? Crow remake drop. It might already be out or it's out in a day or two. Let me know if you can't wait to go see that movie. And RIP the bad guy, Razor Ramon Scott Hall, for being the one to tell Stinger that it was time to get rid of the good guy face paint and bright fluorescent trunks and switch it up. What a great call creatively that was, you know, and that character in that version of Sting we saw live on all the way up to his retirement. And that was another thing that was so dope about his retirement, how we saw the Crow Sting, Surfer Sting, Red and Black Sting, Tomato Face Sting, whatever you want to call it, all four of them out there at the same time with the help of his sons. It really just put it all together, you know? And I'm looking at, you know, taking all this in, thinking about all these great memories, everything that Sting and Lex did, and the fact that these guys were very good friends. Sting, a strong Christian believer, and Lex, someone who found faith later on. I'm not saying he didn't believe, but he fell to a lot of the pitfalls and demons that life can bring you when you're having success and stuff like that. And we see he's a shell of how he looked in his peak physical condition, you know, to see him in that wheelchair, which I guess kind of was a freak accident thing, but he was involved in a lot of other stuff and car accidents, obviously the death of Miss Elizabeth, just so much stuff. And, you know, Sting now is Lex now is a very positive guy. And I've seen interviews and stuff where he says that he's happier and more free in the current state that he is now in that wheelchair than he ever was when he was, you know, the Lex we all knew, that his real life personality wasn't that far from the narcissist character that we saw him first show up in WWE as, after that World Bodybuilding Federation or whatever folded, and he had that run in WWE. And let me know what you guys think your favorite gimmick that he was. Like, did you like the narcissist gimmick when he was the All-American Lex and didn't win the title, or the Allied Powers tag team with the British Bulldog comment? And let me know your favorite, you know, run he had, or gimmick, storyline, whatever, in WWE. But here they are all these years later, and Sting's giving a speech at the Cauliflower Alley Club, and you see front and center right with him, it is his good friend, Lex Luger. And as I'm looking at this, I'm shocked it never dawned on me before when I see a lot of people commenting saying, yo, Lex needs to be put in the Hall of Fame. And I was like, holy fuck. Lex Luger isn't in the Hall of Fame? Like, that just does not seem right to me. How could they not induct Lex into the Hall of Fame? And it had me wondering, could the Miss Elizabeth stuff play a part in that? And comment and let me know if you hold that against Lex Luger or not. In that first video that I did on this channel, some people, you know, were commenting and saying like, F Lex, he killed her, etc. Lex, I've heard him speak about it, and you know, I feel like he takes accountability for his side of it all. You know, let me know your thoughts and opinion and all that. I don't know how to look at that. Was that just two people that were toxic for each other and both in active addiction, and them being together, partying together, getting high together, living the way they were, that it was going to turn out bad no other way? And that's what happened. You know, as you know, Lex wasn't brought up on any charges or anything like that. And the police investigated it and said, we're not going to charge him. I think he did get caught up in some kind of domestic charge once, arguing with Miss Elizabeth. I'm not sure if he put hands on her or not, but I'm like thinking, is that why Lex ain't in? Or what? Is there a stigma surrounding him because of that? And again, let me know what you all think about all that, because I just can't understand how Lex Luger is not in the Hall of Fame. But when it comes to the Miss Elizabeth stuff, I'm like, wait, WWE can't see things too twisted if they had him working for them. I don't know if he still currently is, but I know he was working for the WWE, and they would have him talk to some of the talent about wellness and taking care of yourself, and, you know, essentially sharing his story and the mistakes that he made and how he paid the ultimate price for it, and don't do things my way. You know what I mean? Stay focused, stay away from the roids, the drugs. It's no good. You know, things may seem good, but if you keep going that way, it's going to end up all bad. So I'm just like, damn, if they had him working for them, like, why? And again, I don't know if he still currently is, but how could they have him work for them but not have him in the Hall of Fame? Like, I'm just bugging. Why is Lex Luger not in the Hall of Fame? And do you agree that he indeed should be? Tap in below in the comment section and let me know. I see someone else saying that they feel like Sting has aged like crazy since he retired. You know, sometimes they say that that's why people getting up there in age, even if it's an everyday individual working a job, sometimes when everyone's saying, hey man, put it down, retire, take it easy, you're in your golden years, or why are you still doing this? You know, to some people, getting up every day, going and busting their ass and working hard or doing whatever they do, the focus, the routine keeps them going. And when they stop, it just ain't the same. That's when they start aging. Do you guys think that's what happened with Sting, or does he look like he's rapidly aged to you as well? Or do you think that's just a bunch of tomfoolery, a bunch of BS? And, you know, before I close this out, one more thing I want to say is, again, should Lex get in? Are you shocked that he is not in the Hall of Fame? As I was talking about the run that they had as a tag team in WCW, and I think they might have tagged before that at one point in time. Maybe not. Did they in like NWA or something like that? I can't recall. But should they also be inducted as a tag team? What do you guys think? Because I think, like I already said, they were such a great team, had great matches, all that. I loved seeing them carry the championship gold, and the way that it shifted into that NWO storyline, and then Sting to go off into the rafters, feeling everyone turned his back on him. Like, they played a pivotal part in that Monday Night Wars, that big boom in wrestling, not as just singles, but as a tag team as well. You know, there's some guys inducted into the Hall of Fame multiple times as a single wrestler, as a stable, as a tag team, you know. So what do you think about the idea about that, about Sting and Lex together, and Lex solo dolo? Let's talk about it all in the comments. And thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. A lot of pro wrestling content going to be on the way. Again, it's all about hearing from you guys out there. Subscribe, like, share the videos, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to talk pro wrestling, old stuff, new stuff, breaking news, whatever, everything in between. I had another pro wrestling channel that I'm locked out of and still trying to get back into that was doing pretty well. So help me get this one shaking and moving in the algorithm as well. Once again, appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to talking to you in the comments. Catch you on the next video. Peace.